everyone, I'm Manna. This is Momo. Arya and Loki just took off down the hallway to go play. And Mara's behind me on the bed. And we're back with more of the letter. When we last left off, we had just started Luke's chapter and came home from work late to find Hanna scantily clad in bed. And turned her down. Luke's chapter is going to be very different from the first time that I played, because the first time I played, Hanna did not get possessed. So, this is a whole new ball game for me. So, let's jump in and see what happens. Alright, relationship. Our relationship with Marianne has gone down. Okay. We're on October 29th, and the new entry is... Luke returned home, exhausted from work, only to be greeted by a very clinging Hanna. Although her advances were appreciated, this abrupt change in her unnerved Luke. The man gently let her down before quickly retreating to his study. Late in the night, however, undiscovered journal entry. Oh, wait. Was there something else there? Profiles, new. Right, I didn't read Luke's profile. Ooh, whoops. Lucille Mitchell Luke Wright. Birth date August 2nd, Leo, 31 years old. Height 5'8", 173 centimeters. Occupation, President and CEO. Nationality, British. Religion, atheist. Race, Anglican. Education, high school dropout. Privately tutored, likes bread pudding, dogs, wine, and absinthe, piano playing, daffodils, money, women, and power. A prostitute's son, he spent his childhood roaming the streets, begging or pickpocketing in order to avoid home. Home meant a too-drunk mother and her equally drunk clients, some of whom would take to beating the child out of anger if he so much as looked at them wrong. That meant he was always in trouble. In one form or another, nothing was done to correct it until, in a sober moment, his mother found out about the abuse and promised to take better care of her son. Luke was happy for a while, but his mother's bad habits led to an early grave and left him orphaned until his biological father, a businessman with no legitimate heir, sought him out. He was trained to inherit right enterprise, but along the way got mixed up with illegal activities. That put the company in a bad spot after his assistant ran off with a large sum of dirty money. Bankruptcy would have been inevitable if he hadn't married Hanna. I can't believe I forgot to read that. Jesus. Good job, me. It's fine. We're only into the second episode of Luke's chapter. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I know what I'm doing. And with the sun rising comes another disturbance. Hi, Momo. Both too loud and too sharp for my tastes. And I have very fine tastes. When the piercing rings of a doorbell reaches even the study, I'm very much inclined to think the person who built this place lacks any sense of it. Perhaps the only thing good in this is that the ruckus has chased away the needling guilt from last night's commotion, if only temporarily. Still, it's a bloody annoying distraction. I can tell already that it is going to be a long day. It hasn't even started. Before the racket even lasts another minute, I'm peeling myself off the chair and heading straight for the main door. There will be a murder today if this doesn't let up. How quaint. It seems everything in this blasted universe is intent on getting on my nerves as of late.
God and Bennett! Only a Nancy would knock at such an ungodly hour!
In the first place, I shouldn't be the one doing this. This is why I hired a valet, for fuck's sake.
Where's that damn butler when I need him?
I'll be honest, if only for today. With the mansion this quiet at this hour of the morning, it's easy to believe those little ghost stories might be real. But the only horror here is how odd my own wife has been acting as of late. There's no place for fear when another set of problems already burns that fuel. So I wait another second. When no butler still answers my call, I simply yank the doors open myself, perhaps with more force than needed. And maybe it should be appropriately there, considering the person on the other side and the hour he dared appear on my doorstep. Even someone with half a brain knows not to disturb anyone this early. Brief confusion quickly gives way to anger, and before the bloody photographer can even get in a word, I'm hurling venom at him. It's less than he deserves, really. Hanna will disapprove, scold me for treating the photographer with such disrespect, if she hears me right now. She seems fond of him, after all, despite meeting him only once or twice. He's merely doing his job, she'll say. But she's not here, isn't she? What she doesn't know.
You? How the hell did you get in here?
Well, he's not in yet. He's outside the door.
What in seven hells do you want? It's bloody 6 in the morning.
Listen, sir, I know this is not a good time.
Oh, it's not a good time. Did you even check the clock before coming here? I bet you didn't.
This is still my home. My rules also apply to this place as much as Hanna's do. As simple as that.
Unlike you, the ones living in this house need to sleep.
It just so happens it's also a person I will never take a liking to. No need for remorse.
Come back when people are actually awake, or I'll call security on you.
He continues shouting even as I slam the door in his face. Some nonsense about the news lately, though I don't understand most of it. However, with the closed doors muffling the better part of it, and with no ears to listen, his tirade doesn't last too long. Eventually, he leaves and silence once again fills the room, as it should. In hindsight, maybe I should also call for psychiatric services. He certainly sounds mental just screaming like that. A suspicious man like him left roaming the immediate grounds? Nothing good can come of it. But if his presence will indeed bring a problem, a sign of bad things to come, I'll probably know soon enough. Worst comes to worst, Shrokin will take care of it if need be. It's what I'm paying him for. In the meantime, I need rest, even for just a few hours. My lovely wife still fast asleep when I finally join her in our bed. As odd as she's been acting lately, her company's nice after spending long, grueling hours going through business documents. Then again, it's not like she'd be losing out on much if I take a break or two. In fact, all I have to do is say the word, and Vance General Electronics stocks are going to go down. It's the least I can do after Rochelle Vance's outburst during the party. I highly doubt she will be Rochelle Lee for long, not if Harvey has any sense in him. So, with a sigh, I drift off, setting aside my problems if only for a few hours. Waking up to find my bed empty hours later is a strange sensation. Not to speak ill of Hanna, but I've always woken up first, even in the early years of our relationship. Of our marriage, sorry. Mostly because I've always been accustomed to doing so. As a child, I woke up early to escape the house before one of Mother's scheduled day clients came in. Later on, it was to assist with breakfast and to prepare for school. And it just kept with me through the years for one reason or another. If there was no reason to wake up at 6 in the morning, my mind would always find a reason to, except you were awake until 6 in the morning, so kind of hard to wake up at 6 in the morning if you haven't been to bed. To work, to nurse a terrible hangover, to make sure I was the one leaving the bed first, just because, and not the other way around. Checking the time on my phone shows that it's already 8:30. But what can I do about it? So it's 8:30 in the morning. You've slept for maybe 2 hours. Getting up is an entirely different problem on its own. Waking up after getting only a few hours of sleep has my body stiff and sore and my mind feeling lethargic. I fucking feel that, even with 8 hours of sleep. A part of me wants to go back and doze off again, an alien feeling to me, but it's already too late for my tastes. All I can manage is to sit up before there's a knock on the door.
Yes, come in. I'm decent. I don't see why you have to knock.
Okay. Always knock. Don't ever assume somebody's decent. And Legrat's not decent, let's face it. Even if I was only in my knickers, there's only 2 others inside the house aside from myself. I've arranged for the staff to have Sunday off. What with it so close to a holiday anyway, so that I can have some peace and privacy. The security outside the house doesn't count, of course. There's no need for Hanna to knock, so I expect to see the butler and ready myself for reproach. To see that it is Hanna is odd, but not a cause for concern. Most likely she, too, found it strange to see me still sleeping and had let me indulge. That's not Hanna. Those eyes are so not Hanna. Yet there's something off. I just can't put a finger on what it is. Whatever it is, it can wait. Besides, when there are strange things, it is better to wait them out, as they often become apparent with time. Not that I should complain when she greets me with a sunny smile on her face and a tray of food.
Oh, good morning, dear. It looks like I overslept, huh? I haven't had that pleasure in a long while.
You should really indulge in it a bit more, my prince. I hope you do not mind, but I made breakfast for you.
I've been expecting her to tell me that she brought the meal up in order to eat together, not that she made it. For in all of our marriage, Hanna had never cooked once. So I can hardly find it in me to question her efforts, unless she was trying to poison me. Perish the thought. But she carries with her a platter of pies, delicious-looking, round pockets of goodness. It does look tasty. I don't know what kind of pie it is, but it looks good. I'll have no second thoughts in fishing one off the plate with a hum, in fact. It smells divine, and it looks the part as well. The crust from outside looks like it's been baked to a golden and flaky perfection. The egg wash wasn't forgotten either, giving it a nice finish. Jesus Christ, my brain and food. I'm just like, food sounds so good right now. Can't read.
You made these? You're not pulling my leg, are you? These look great.
I make only the best for you, my love. Do try it out yourself, yes? I want to see what you make of it. Perhaps I will be able to prepare more meals for you in the future.
Breakfast in bed? You spoil me, darling. Well, I can't say no to that, can I? Bon appetit.
The crust of the pie breaks easily with a bite, and I'm greeted with the taste of nice, buttery pastry. But looking back down at the pie, I feel a bit put off. The meat is red and a tad bit soggy, though I can't place what would make it that way. Why is there hair in it? And there's a bone. It tastes of turkey more than beef, though an old one at that. There's no real sauce of marinade to excuse the juice. It tastes like turkey that's been kept too long in the fridge after being roasted and carved. Definitely white meat, at the very least, and well done as well. The thing is tough, though, stringy and sinewy, which would say it's more muscle than anything. And
What is?
I sputter, try to spit out whatever it might be. A few fine strands of something thankfully comes out. Although, if I've swallowed any, it's far too late. Not unless I want to act like a cat trying to cough up a fur ball. It's just unfortunate the odd sensation of it being stuck in my throat still lingers, even as I down the glass of juice she has brought with the meal.
Buttercup, are you sure the ingredients you used are clean?
Oh, I do apologize. That must be, Chef has been feeding some stray cats lately.
Please tell me it's not cat. It's not cat, is it? Why? Why would it be?
There are some roaming around the property. I saw him petting one just the other day during his break. Said he found it in the cellar. But you have nothing to worry about, my love. I took care of it.
It was the cat. She laughs then, probably because of the funny look on my face. But I just have this funny image in my head of Hanna chasing after a cat to shoo it out. Yeah, that's... Oh, I totally just threw the mouse. It's fine. We aren't cat people, but I doubt that means she would be cruel to the feline.
Maybe the other pies are clean.
I don't quite have the appetite for breakfast anymore. But thanks. Bloody cats.
If that is what you wish, all the same, it will give me more time to spend with you. You will spend time with me, yes?
I did tell myself that I would let myself have the day off today. But she doesn't know that. And I can't help but feel that offness again, as her eyes burn through me. There is an eagerness there, a hunger, which makes my skin crawl. An unnatural reaction. I can do little else but nod, because answering otherwise seems the wrong thing to do.
Would it please you to have some tea then? I can fetch it if you wish.
Pushing myself off the bed with a groan, I roll my eyes and sigh. The crick I feel in my neck is easily taken care of, and I try to flatten my bedhead to something a bit tamer. All throughout, Hanna still watches me, expectant and doting.
No need for that. We can have tea in the parlor, if you don't mind. Really now, Hanna, there's no need to busy yourself over it.
I shall go ahead and prepare the parlor then.
Just relax.
I barely said 2 words before she's out the door, however, and I'm left speaking to air.
Hanna? What is up with that woman?
Though perhaps I should have said no. Perhaps I should have feigned business or claimed a restlessness that would let me out of the house, away from her and her pies. Because as soon as I've stated my intent to laze the day away, Jesus Christ, that woman would neither let me lift a finger nor step a foot outside. She is animated, oddly so, moving about the parlor and fetching things for me that she deemed necessary. And were necessary, as if she knows what I need or want before I can even voice it aloud. A pillow for my feet and a book to read, though I cannot, for the life of me, focus on it. It does not bother me too much, as I've read The Picture of Dorian Gray twice over. Good book. I've only read it once. Oddly enough, it's not on my bookshelf anymore. I don't remember getting rid of it, but I know I don't have it anymore. Things have a way of walking off like that. Anywho, I knew nothing but shadows, and I thought them to be real. I should be glad for the attention and the doting, really. Instead, an uneasiness settles itself into my stomach.
Why don't you just sit down and relax, dear? We are supposed to be spending time together. I don't think you rushing around like a handmaid is how I pictured it. You are wearing yourself out, and the sun is still high in the sky.
That voice line was very chopped. Like it was pieced together. There's a stiff jerk of her head, as if to say no, while she busies herself with making tea with water already lukewarm. My instruction to take leave may be the only one she refuses to follow. Even if I express concern for her well-being and point out that there are others assigned to the task she wishes to carry out.
You do not need the others. You have me. I wish to show my usefulness, and I wish that you not ask me to leave.
You are not one of the servants, Hanna.
It was a thought that escapes my mouth, and I prepare myself for a reprimanding. Because servants, Lucille Mitchell Wright, these are our employees, and you will treat them with respect at the very least. Yet that didn't come.
Of course. Of course I'm not a servant. I am your wife. Your princess.
I think we're both a bit too old to be playing princes and princesses. I do not know what brought on such behavior from her. Yet I can't bring myself to scoff at the idea. Not when she looks torn, and kind words might bring her some degree of comfort. I will indulge in this delusional talk of monarchy to an extent. One could suppose that Hanna is indeed Lux-born royalty after all.
Princess. Oh, no, Hanna. You are my queen. And a queen needs to sit next to her king. So please, sit.
I can still feel them, little bugs on my skin, crawling and squirming. But I ignore them as Hanna sits down next to me, and I put my hand in hers. The touch nearly makes me want to pull away. For now, I feel them burrowing into my skin, digging holes into me, though there is nothing to be seen there. I clasp her hand, though her touch burns both cold and hot. I do not like the thought that Hanna, my sunshine, my darling, is someone I should fear. It's a bit of a paradox. For all that I do and should feel at peace in this quiet moment, dread overtakes every part of me. A small voice in the back of my head screams that there is something wrong, but I cannot bring myself to look further into it. The whole thing doesn't even last.
The tea is ready. I should go. I've forgotten the milk and sugar in the kitchens.
Kitchens, plural. Okay.
If you may excuse me.
Should I? I'm going to call the butler. Have I really been so aloof that Hanna has to question where she stands? That she thinks that acting subservient is the only way to have my attention? My affection? This is wrong.
Hanna, just... Johans will get the tea things. Just...
Sit. Stay. No. Hanna isn't some dog I have to leash and command.
Just be with me, even for a little while. We rarely have time nowadays, don't we? We're always so busy.
She looks conflicted, though the reason eludes me. In the end, she chooses to stay. A summon for milk and sugar to be brought in is sent out. All the while, Hanna remains restless. She doesn't utter a peep as Schroken brings in things for brunch, as I may or may not have hinted that I've yet to have breakfast. Tea things are set in place along with sandwiches and all sorts of finger foods. But it's when the other man draws near to her, intent on serving tea, that Hanna's calm starts to wither. She's on her feet, hands out to take the teapot from him. The look on her face is one of disgust and annoyance. I've seen that expression before many times, in the mirror, but never on her. It doesn't suit her, much like the way she speaks now.
You are not needed here. You can leave. Now.
Oh, of course, madam. If you may excuse me, sir, I'll...
Schroken, stay. Just let him do his job, Buttercup. That's what he's here for.
No, he is not supposed to be here. None of them are. This home is for you and I. Others are not welcome. I want them gone.
Jesus.
They do not belong here. They are not like you and I.
Something is wrong. She's wrong. Hanna had always been kind where I was not, and I loved her so because of it. Yet now there is no warmth in her voice, and the way she talks is too cutting and harsh. The way she holds herself is unsure, stiff and awkward, as if she's filled in shoes too small. This isn't Hanna. The thought itself is an impossibility. It's not like someone can be so easily replaced by an imposter. I would know. She hasn't been replaced, she's been possessed. A little different. So why is she so wrong?
What's going on, Hanna? What brought about this childish temper tantrum of yours? You know well enough that what you ask is ridiculous.
What has caused her warmth to grow cold?
I don't know what brought this on. I don't know if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or if Johans or any of the other maids ripped your favorite dress or something. but I am not going to get rid of our staff just because you're acting like a child in a sulk.
And wasn't that something? Often enough, I'm the one who's compared to a little brat and not the other way around. But it didn't amuse me enough to distract me from the situation. Grasping at Hanna's shaky hand before she actually does have a temper tantrum, I have to stop myself from flinching. Her skin is hot to the touch, and if the feeling of bugs on my skin bothered me before, they're nothing to the stinging sensation I feel right now. Having her hand in mine should feel right.
You still do not understand, do you, my love? Not yet, but you will. You will.
I'm actually scared for Luke right now. Cloudy eyes focus on me, ardent and filled with desire. It feels as if I'm being stripped until my very soul is bare. But it isn't a searching look, rather one that wishes to claim. The look she gives me is nothing short of unnerving. But watching as her eyes roll into the back of her head is a decidedly more terrifying sight. I let go and feel as her hand slips through mine before she falls to the ground, not intent on getting dragged down by dead weight. And doesn't that make me feel so horrible? It's an act of reflex more than anything, with the number of dead bodies I've handled in the past. Not surprised. It's never a pleasant affair when a corpse tilts forward and pins you down. That still doesn't make it any better, of course. But what can I do? Catch her? Well, yes, but it's a bit too late for that, isn't it? Inexplicably, the stinging sensation on my skin fades away. Not that what I'm feeling right now is any better. The whole thing brings unbidden images of Mother to mind. Makes me feel sick. I want to cry and beg. My audience be damned. But my scream dies out before it could reach my lips. A half-choked sob. Acting like a blubbering babe won't help. I've seen this happen before, but not to her.
Mom, please wake up. Please. I'll be a good boy. Just don't leave me.
Really, I should be more concerned, yet here I am, a deathly calm befalling me. I waste no time kneeling by her side, tapping a hand to her cheek in a flimsy attempt to wake her. Her skin is too pale, and Shrokin does his best to find what is wrong with Hanna. Even her golden hair has lost its sheen. Her pulse is quick and her breathing shallow. I half expect her to be as cold as ice with how she looks, yet she still burns like a furnace. At the very least, that means she isn't dead. Yet.
Well, should we call for an ambulance?
If she doesn't wake up soon, yes. But it's best not to move her just yet, and...
Luke, what's going on? What happened?
I have no plans of apologizing as I shove the butler aside to check on Hanna. Though she still lay on the ground, all that matters is that she's awake, that she isn't dead. Just the thought of it. Fuck, I don't know what I would have done if things were to the contrary.
Hey there, sunshine. How are you feeling? Do you think you're up to standing?
I don't feel too good, no. But I think I can stand.
She reaches out for my hand, and I'm quick to take it. Her cold and clammy skin is a cause for concern, but I force a reassuring smile on my face. At least, I hope it's reassuring. That isn't exactly an emotion I'm used to plastering on my face. I rarely have need or want to reassure anyone else. The most I can hope for is that I don't make her worry.
Come on then, let's get you up. Careful, careful. We don't want you to fall or break something.
Like a leg or your head. Though getting her up to her feet is easier said than done, she claims that she can manage to stand, but she's completely dead weight as I lift her up. Weak. Too weak. I can feel the trembling of her body, as if just existing had exhausted her. Soon enough, Shrokin aids me, and we manage to let Hanna onto a chair without further incident. I have half the mind to wrench free and run, This is all too familiar, and I wanted no part in this. Do I even have a choice? At the moment, I suppose yes. I'm not running away. That's preposterous. I'm just need to get some air.
Shrouken, take her up to our room and take care of her, all right? Schedule an immediate appointment to a physician. Get it done. As soon as possible. I just need to...
Breathe. I need to breathe. All right, we're going to call it there. And when we come back, we will continue with Luke's chapter. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen next, because this is a side of the story that I've never seen before. When Hanna didn't get possessed, Luke's chapter started back at the penthouse, if I remember correctly. Because I remember her being in the penthouse bathroom and like throwing up or something like that. She might have been pregnant. It's been so long since I've played it initially that I don't remember, and I don't have anything to look back on for it because I wasn't dual streaming, and by the time I had thought to re-upload the VOD to YouTube, I was already too far in the story, and a good chunk of the beginning was gone to the void that is the Twitch VOD thing. But yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens from here, because there's going to be so much I've never seen before. I'm excited for it. So, with that being said, trying to think if there's anything I wanted to update you guys on. I will be doing a date night for Date Everything on March 20th? Yes, March 20th, because that is the third Friday of the month. So, look forward to that, and hopefully I will see you guys there. Got friend zoned by Drysdale. Washford hates me. The Wall is in love with me. So is the Shadow. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been interesting. I haven't realized anyone yet in the game, so that's what we're gonna work on. Because the game wants me to realize Skylar first. And I think once she's realized, we're like safe to just continue endless play. Whether or not that's true, I don't actually know. But I know I need to get her done before something bad happens in the game, potentially. I don't know. It's what it feels like. So yeah. I will see you guys later, and remember to do something nice for a stranger today. You just might say we like. Bye!